Acting on a whim, two friends decided to work together to open a business in downtown Russellville, Arkansas. What are these guys selling? You guessed it, coffee.
Most people have never had a fresh cup of coffee in their life. Any coffee you buy on the shelves at the store is probably 2 to 3 to 4 months old, roasted. It was roasted probably that long ago and probably ground up that long ago as well.
There was nowhere anywhere close to get fresh roasted beans, and I've been really into coffee. I was shipping coffee in to get fresh roasted beans.
We were using a really small roaster that only did like a pound at a time to practice.
We were both kind of just playing around with different coffees, roasting it at my house, and we were like, we should start a business doing this.
So they did. Josh and Brandon opened up Penny University Coffee Company on January 1st, 2014. However, they aren't just another ordinary coffee shop.
Number one is that we roast our own beans, so everything is always very fresh.
We get all of our coffee fresh from Guatemala. A certain farm there, Huehuetenango is the region. It's an Arabiatic coffee that's up in the highlands, so it's shade grown, which are all really important things in making a robust, flavorful coffee. Bags come in 150-pound varieties.
We have a roaster, and it's a 6-pound is what we roast at a time, is 6 pounds. So we get the green beans in. They're small and they don't really look much like a coffee bean. It tumbles and it's heated by propane, and it takes about
20 to 25 minutes, and that just depends on the darkness and the boldness that we're aiming for.
We adjust the heat as we go and get it right where we need it and pull the beans. It's fairly simple.
We actually roast more on Saturdays or Fridays for our ground customers, and then we grind it up for them Sunday night, jar it in our Blue Mason jars, and everything else for the whole bean customers, it's pulled out of the grinder and put directly into the jar.
So what happens to most of the jars? They deliver them by hand.
We wanted to be like the milkman of coffee, because as much as I love coffee, I always forgot to get coffee. So I'd wake up and I wouldn't have coffee and I would panic, basically. So we wanted it to be that idea, fresh roasted every week and delivered to your doorstep. So that was actually the core idea behind the business.
Take it in either my car or Josh's, and we drive around. We have a very specific route. We pretty much by this point know exactly who gets what and where everybody is, and we just add people on top of that, and it's become a really fun process.
Early in the morning on Monday, usually around 4 o'clock in the morning, we come out and we switch it with the empty jar that someone has left out on their porch, so that when they wake up on Monday morning, they have fresh coffee ready to go.
It's a unique feeling seeing like someone who's put your jar of coffee out on their doorstep completely empty, and you know that they really enjoyed your product because they just keep coming back. It's kind of a surreal feeling.
People love it, definitely, especially people that are really, it's important that their coffee is always fresh because they know that their coffee is never more than 7 days old, ever.
Our subscribers are our bread and butter. They're the people that we aim to please. I wouldn't say the most because we aim to please all our customers, but our subscribers are really like the people that we go to for trials. Like say we're coming out with a new dark roast, they're getting free samples, so things like that. We want to take care of our subscribers, since that was the original vision.
How does a small business new to a town get its name out?
We have used River Valley Leader in the past for advertising. We've had stories and articles written about us by the Courier, and we've had several tech interviews and things like that.
Facebook has been huge for us. I would say the #1 resource for getting the word out. We've been running promotions on there, so people share the promotion to enter to win. So that has been a huge step.
We already have almost 600 likes on Facebook, very active Facebook community, constant messaging to us, a lot of reviews have been given.
And then just more recently, word of mouth has been really big. Like a lot of people have just been coming in and saying, oh, I've heard about you guys from so-and-so, you know, or my friend subscribes, I wanted to come check out and see what y'all were doing.
In a more abstract sense, I guess, we just really try to connect with them on a personal level and show them that it really is just me and Josh. We just want to reach people on that level and be like, it's just, you know, we're simple. We're just looking to connect on a personal level in that we're not some massive group and we don't have a lot of money and we don't have a lot of time, but we're dedicated to what we do.
What's next for the small town startup?
The number one goal is to just supply this area and eventually Arkansas as a whole with high quality coffee, because almost everywhere up north in the upper states, there's coffee roasteries everywhere. Everybody has access to good coffee, but here you have to pay a ton of money and ship it in if you want good coffee, or you have to go buy stale coffee from the supermarket. So we really just want good coffee to be available to Arkansas.
We hope it keeps getting more and more popular. Right now, Josh and I both work other jobs, which we're more than happy to do. We like our other jobs perfectly fine. But it would be really nice to be able to devote more time to this, because people want us here. We're not open as much as we'd like to be, which is unfortunate. We only have a certain number of days off we can commit to this. We're trying to rework our hours so we can be open on weekends instead of just on Sunday and Monday, maybe opening Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it's a little more available, but people really want us here. And so we're hoping it keeps getting more and more popular and people pretty much demand that we be here.
We've had a great response with the community for sure. The subscription model allows us to kind of make plans, because we have kind of a forecast of the next month of what we're going to be doing. So as far as the business side, things have been going great, and we've only been open 2 months.
The shop has grown a lot just since we came in here. We used to have a tiny space that was as big as probably half this room. That was just closed off, and it didn't even have much space to sit down or anything. And within the span of a month and some change, we've actually added bookshelf, and we've painted our walls, we've expanded the space, we've opened it up, we have snacks now, we're starting to serve new types of drinks besides just a basic form of coffee.
We also have other beans for multiple roasts, so there's going to be a lot more options very soon in the future. As far as expanding the business, as long as everything goes well, a few years down the line, we definitely would like to do the same idea in different small towns that don't have coffee available to them.
Expanding at a very healthy level, I think. We're trying to meet the demand because people are ready for new stuff, you know, and they don't want to just have that same coffee forever. Even though it probably is one of the best coffees we can make, we can do other stuff that's just as good. Darker roasts, lighter roasts, things like that, flavored roasts, things like that. And yeah, I mean, eventually we may even move into a bigger building. We're not opposed to anything. We're just gonna leave it wide open for expansion.
So what does the public think of Penny University?
Penny University is awesome because they freshly roast their beans. We have nobody here in town that does that, and just it's such a great addition.
It's delicious coffee. I like to support the small business. It's a great small business.
I like the uniqueness of the coffee shop and the fact that it's organic, fair trade.
Somebody roasting beans in Russellville, never heard of. It's awesome.
I don't have to make it myself, he makes it for me. That's great.
And they also roast their beans here, which is very uncommon to find.
Well, I think it's a great addition to downtown, and I just love local businesses and supporting and helping them.
This young customer helps out the shop by supplying more than just her business.
I make all of their treats here. Scones, muffins, biscotti, breads, cakes, pretty much anything.
People are awesome and really helpful. When you've got something local, even if you're young, even if you're inexperienced in starting a new business, even if you really don't know entirely what you're doing on the first day, people have been super gracious, very kind, super supportive. I think that has a lot to do with the culture of just this town and this state in general.
I definitely could not have done this alone. It's just been so much work. It's been worth it, but I don't think that either of us really realized what we were getting into whenever we started.
We're excited to see what else comes out of all these great interactions and people that are so interested in talking to us.
That's my number one goal, is just to educate people and to have people to buy something they're already going to buy be fair trade, so that the people that are growing that are also, you know, they're benefiting from the system.
We want you to experience a cup that is handcrafted here in Russellville, so you can kind of get the taste of local flavor and see if it's for you.